Dorks of Yore.
We were having fun. And then it started getting ugly. That's when the Blooms and the Gygaxes and the stock split. And part of the reason I was glad to go when I did, I had the tiebreaker in the stocks. The Gygax families owned so much, and the Bloom families owned so much, and I was the only one that had stock that wasn't one or the other. And so very often when it came down to a vote, more often than not, I sided with Gary because we were the creative guys. And so more often than not, what he said made more sense to me. And so as that kept going on and on and on, I was just working up a big grudge factor with the Blooms. I was the first one to get shoved out the door because I was a Gary supporter, a Gary crony. And over the next 4 or 5 years, all the rest of them got shoved out the door. The Blooms took over and ran the company into the toilet. They threw Gary out, nearly died, brought Gary back in, he revives the company, threw him out again. Well, that's with all successful growing businesses. Once there's money, the sharks come out, just like the blood in the water. But I was the writing on the wall that things were not going to remain good there. Once they shoved me out, well, then my stock went back into the pool and Blooms bought it right away. And that's when they started shoving Gary out the door. So it's what happens when lots of money it wasn't like we were making a buttload of money at that time either. And we certainly weren't making as much as the Blooms seemed to think we were when they started making all those expenditures. And quite frankly, I just wasn't willing to sit there, and I'd gotten sick of it. I'd gotten sick. And about that time, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. They offered me do this or do that. And I said, screw you, I'm not doing either. Then shortly thereafter, the guys at Ralph Partha approached me, and I moved to Cincinnati and started Adventure Gaming. But my ouster was the beginning of the end. I was the first one of Gary's confidants to get shoved out the door.